Once upon a time, there lived a businessman named Bhola Seth. At one time he was counted among the richest businessmen of the city. But now he was only Seth in name. His business was on the verge of closure. He had a lot of debt. His days were passing in great poverty. And the reason for his condition was his nature. He was a very calm and gentle person. He used to believe anyone's words very easily. So it was very easy to fool him. There was no cleverness in him. And taking advantage of their simple nature, people had made him in this condition. Some of his shrewd friends, relatives, and other businessmen conspired against him. By trapping him in his words, he made him do such a business, in which he only suffered losses. Bhola Seth could not understand these tricks. But now that it's broken, then he realized his mistakes. He came to know about the fraud given by the people. And the truth of those whom he considered his own came to the fore. Bhola Seth now keeps thinking about the deception and his condition throughout the day. And cursed myself. Due to which now his days were passing in a lot of tension and sadness. He often used to quarrel with his wife. Every day there is a crowd of loan seekers at his house. He used to hide himself from the people. One day, upset with his condition, he decided to commit suicide. And he went to a hill to commit suicide. But on the way he saw a Mahatma's ashram. There was a lot of peace and tranquility in the ashram. Seth saw that some people were sitting in front of the Mahatma, asking him to solve their problems. Seeing this, even Seth got curious. He stopped a person coming out of the ashram and asked about Mahatmaji. The man said to the merchant that Mahatma is very famous for his intelligence. In all the surrounding towns and villages, he easily suggests big problems of people with his wisdom. He knows how to read people's mind and catching their lies. Because he had studied deeply about human nature and had mastered its understanding. It is a game of jokes, to make anyone agree with your point of view. That is why he is called a clever saint. If you have any problem, then you can ask them for solution. Having said this, the man went away. After that, the merchant sat quietly behind the crowd of Mahatma and waited for his turn. In the evening all the crowd left. Finally Seth's turn came. He bowed down to Mahatma and told his whole incident with a sad heart. Mahatma listened to Seth very carefully, and then replied in a calm voice. A person should not be so naive that he believes everyone's words and starts doing what people say. It is very important to have some understanding and cleverness inside a person. Not so that he can take advantage of others, or fool them, so that he can protect himself from the tricks of other clever people. Protect yourself from harm, and help other needy people. Today I will explain you how to get what you want from people. Today I will teach you some methods which you can use to control people and situations. Today you also came to know how to recognize, avoid deceitful people and save yourself from them. This is how you can become a wiser person than an ordinary person, but do not use what I am going to tell you today for any wrongdoing, but for your own safety and the safety of others. Just listen carefully to what I say. In the world we live in, you'll find some smart people who use innocent people to make their living. How do you recognize these people now? Those who explain more things. You should pay attention to them. Because these people use too many words. To make up for the lack of trust, you need to pay attention to them. Because they are trying to fool you with their lies. People who talk about the same thing. Lies can be told again and again. Such people give many examples and information, so that you can trust their words. Real way to know the person you are talking to. Hear what he said again. You will know if he is in the den or not. Well, he tells his story. Pay attention to it when you hear it again. Whether he told you the same story both times or not is another matter if you know the person. A person who lies to others should never be trusted. Because the person who tells lies to others, he will definitely lie to you too. Also, you should be careful with people. Those who claim that they had a lot of money earlier, which has now sunk. Which shows that the person you are talking to is lying. Yes, it may happen that at one time he had a lot of money. But now he is bankrupt, so there is wisdom in this. Such a person should never compromise with money. The person who himself is weak in handling money. It is not wise to take advice from a person. You also need to be careful with unworthy people. Because if someone is not capable enough, take care of important things. So such people cannot manage their business or work. A truly wise man pays more attention in your urgent problems, not in frivolous talk. One more thing, which man always repeats: his words and vows on everything. That person is a liar. That's why such a person should never be trusted. Secondly, if you think that treat a person well, you will always get the result according to your wish, then you are wrong. You must remember one thing: that people want what they can never get. So if you want to get any work done, that's why you assure him again and again that you can get him what he himself could not get. To make it more effective, you have to pay attention to two rules. First thing, the person you want to control. Give him what he wants to have. Second, watch the person until he is under your control. See how it hurts when you stop giving him that what he wants, even when you feel like he is taking you for granted. So take back what you gave to him. This thing will make a person realize a void and an emptiness that will make him want to listen to you again. Third thing, when a person behaves as if he knew everything, then of course you are talking to someone who intelligence. The truth is that whoever believes he knows that nothing will result, he and the smartest and win. If you want to control people and the circumstances around you, the best way is to be humble and polite. This shows you do not want fighting with outsiders. Keep your body language polite. Once people know that you know a lot, your success and failure will be used against you. You will be insulted for your failure, and on your success people will start hating you. And when you show up in front of people that you know everything, then the idea of convincing people remains incomplete. People may accuse you of using them, and they will refuse you without giving chance to go ahead with your plan. People don't doubt us because are being innocent, ignorant, and humble, that we're making them work. A person who is adept at hiding his feelings and emotions can easily control other people. When people will feel that you are polite and not quarrelsome, so they would like to come forward and help you. And maybe then they'll give you the information about yourself that you can use to control them. And they'll give you all this information because they are sure that you will not fight with them. The person who believes so, then there is scope for improvement within it. His chance of being successful increase manifold. Humility also comes inside a person, because he thinks that he has a lot to learn. But a person who thinks he knows a lot is easily fooled. Also, being a householder, you should also pay attention to where your money is going. And don't spend that hard-earned money unless you get what you want for the money. This means that if you pay without luggage, so the chances of getting cheated increase. It may happen that if someone has already taken your money, he will not keep his promise. That's why be safe before giving money to that person. Take what you want from him. Fourth thing, the best way to explain your point to people. Knowing whose mind you can change, or what you can't manipulate. It's 100% true that you can't manipulate one's mind. Follows you until he/she likes you. So try to get people who like you on your way and respect you too. But keep in mind that for the right things, if you try to manipulate someone who doesn't like you, then all your time, effort and patience will be in vain. Apart from this, whenever you try to change, such a person will argue with you. No matter what you do, you'll never succeed. To change the mind of such a person, you need to stop trying before your arguments even starts and holds back. Remember, only you can change people who like you and respect you. So if you want to change someone, first establish a good relationship with him and befriend him. Saying this, Mahatma stopped for some time and then started saying further. Now I will tell you tricks that you can use. Clever and deceitful people fool others and abuse them. The first way, when a clever person has to get his work done, he keeps his intentions completely hidden. That is, he lies, hides the most important thing, and only says as much as he wants us to know. Another way, the person who is clever wants to mislead others, would like to attract. Focus on yourself as much as possible, because that's what it can be like. The most important part of a group can mislead other people, or use your room to your advantage. Third way, the one who misleads people knows very well how to play with people's feelings. He expresses different feelings according to your advantage on different occasions. But just to show off, sometimes he'll be very angry. Sometimes he will be very polite. Sometimes he will be very friendly. And sometimes he would be very sad. The person with whom his work will be done, he will treat that person in the same way. Fourth way, the deceitful person tries to get everyone's sympathy is only towards him. Everyone considers him the poorest. He doesn't care how big your problem is. He will always make you feel that his problem is bigger than yours, and he is in more trouble than you, so you should have mercy on him and must help him. The fifth way, a clever person who wants to control you will force you to think according to your will, that he is the most important person in your life. You can't function without it. But in reality this does not happen. He simply assures you that you cannot imagine life without him. In this way, the more you become dependent on them, the more their control over you increases, and they'll make you do your job. The sixth way, the clever man always tries that credit. He should always be given the responsibility of any big work. He should be praised, no matter who does it. The applause is only for him. So they want to attract attention of more and more people, to connect as many people as possible. Smart people often delegate the most difficult tasks for others, and keep the easy ones with you. But try to take credit for all the work yourself. Seventh way, a cheater will pretend to be your best friend. He will show that you can't have a better friend than him. Will try to know all your secrets like this, and at the wrong time use them against you. So think 10 times before telling your secrets, because the most dangerous thing in the world to be a deceitful friend. So learn to recognize who is a friend and who is not. Eighth way, give incomplete information. A deceitful person will only give you as much information as he wants to tell you. Because that's all he wants you to know. He will never share the whole thing with you. He will hide the most important things, so that when the time comes he can use them, and take all the credit, or get his work done. Ninth way, a clever man never keeps his word. When the time comes, he will go back on his word. The reason could be anything. Either he wants you not to do it, or is he doing it intentionally? It depends on his intention. 10th way, they pretend like they don't know anything. They are most innocent, although they know everything about that incident at that time. But still they would like to hear everything from your mouth. Because if something comes out tomorrow, what should not have been said from his mouth? So he can take your name, which he told me, otherwise they would be acquitted. so that they can escape from their responsibilities. Stay away from overloading them with more work than they can get. They do it deliberately so that no one notices them, and they can get away with great things. 11th Street. Finger pointing or blaming others. A smart person will always want this, so that his hands are free. That means he doesn't have to do that. No hard work or much responsibility. That's why I keep pointing fingers at others. That I do not know this work very well. He knows it well. This second situation comes when somewhere their secrets are exposed, or respect comes to the fore. Still, they blame others for their mistake. 12th way, a cheater will always be a cheater. False praise. He will say the same as the person in front wanted to hear from him, and he will do this until his work is done. He will then criticize the same person, tell their shortcomings in front of people. 13th and last way, he will try to control your decisions. First, a deceitful and clever man will try to be your best friend and well-wisher. After that, when he believes that you have started trusting him blindly, so he will try to make your own decisions. He will make you realize the decisions. You will benefit from what he has created for you, while in the end, the clever person is going to be benefited. So these were the ways you can use it to persuade people. And by identifying clever and deceitful people, you can avoid them. Bhola Seth got all the answers. He thanked the Mahatma for his valuable information and returned to his home. Friends, hope you will like this video. Thanks for watching this video.